I want to introduce at this point in time, hopefully, the next senator for Texas. A gentleman who, as a teenager, became a national debate champion. As a teenager, read and memorized the Constitution, went around the country speaking, read Hayek, read Mises, read about the free market, read about the Constitution. A gentleman who came here, whose family came here with nothing from fleeing from Castro, who went on scholarship to Princeton, went on to Harvard Law School. I joke that I think he's too smart to be in the U.S. Senate. Went on to clerk for Chief Justice Rehnquist, came back to Texas, has been your Solicitor General, someone who takes seriously the oath that we will defend the Constitution from enemies, foreign and domestic. One of the few candidates in the country who has been bold to say that no U.S. citizen should be indefinitely detained without a trial by a jury. One of the few candidates to come out and say, we need to lift the shroud and we need to audit the Federal Reserve. I give you my friend and hopefully the next senator from Texas, Ted Cruz.
Thank you very much. God bless Rand Paul. I want to end with two final things. One, Texans have a long history of standing for liberty. It's in our blood. It's who we are.
Right.
And I want to recall the words one Texan wrote on February 24th, 1836.
Yeah.
It began, to the people of Texas,
Yes.
and all Americans in the world. I am besieged. I have sustained a continual bombardment and cannonade for 24 hours and have not lost a man. The enemy has demanded a surrender at discretion. I have answered the demand with a cannon shot.
Come and take it!
And our flag still waves proudly from the walls. I shall never surrender or defeat.
That's right. Woo! Yeah.
Then I call on you in the name of liberty, of patriotism, and of everything dear to the American character to come to our aid. If this call is neglected, I am determined to sustain myself as long as possible and to die like a soldier who never forgets what is due to his own honor and that of his country. Victory or death.
That's right.
That's our heritage as Texans, and it is incumbent on Texans to lead the fight to turn this country around. The last thing I want to do is with apologies to Barack Obama. I want to ask you a few questions.
Yes.
Can we restore the Constitution? Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Can we retake the U.S. Senate? Can we retire Harry Reid? Can we repeal Obamacare? And can we retire President Barack Obama? That, my friends, is change we can believe in.
That's right.
Thank you and God bless you.
There's one congressman in Washington whose refusal to compromise is legendary, my father, Ron Paul.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I'm glad the revolution is alive and well in Texas, that's for sure. Glad to see so much support out here for Ted, and it looks like he has a lot of momentum, and Rand, let me tell you, needs lots of help, so send him the help that he needs. But you know, we've talked a lot about the Senate race, but you know there's a still ongoing presidential race in this country? Matter of fact, we're still counting the votes. Matter of fact, we're just starting to count the delegates. And there's been many times that we've been written off, but on occasion now, almost like every day, there is another state that goes our way. Like it may turn out that we will be the actual winners of Iowa. Not only are we winning a lot of these delegates that were written off in the past, but we're winning a lot of other things too, putting people in the right place, becoming chairman of the Republican Party in the various states. So the revolution is working. We have infiltrated the Republican Party, and we will convert the Republican Party to defenders of liberty. Was supposed to write the laws in Washington. It's supposed to be the Congress, but we know the courts overstep their grounds and their views, and they write laws. But what about the overstepping of their rights in the executive branch? Through the issuing of executive orders. It is the executive order that has given, supposedly, authority to the president to assassinate American citizens. Not too long ago, he used an executive order to renew the Defense Production Act, which was written in the 1950s, which is the emergency powers for a president in a time of war to take over everything. Everything, and total socialize the country. But he renewed it with an executive order, but he changed it just a little bit. This executive power that has supposedly been given to the president to declare this emergency in time of war, he changed it and said in times of peace as well. So I would suggest the quickest way to reverse this trend, and I believe it's completely constitutional, is we don't have to wait for legislative action. We need a constitutional president who will use the executive order in a proper manner to repeal all the executive orders that were misplaced in this